What's up, guys? It's Wayne from the Satori Street, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about intent. So before you even get into techniques and you start learning all this badass stuff that helps you defend yourself and your families in the street, we have to get there mentally and prepare ourselves for it, okay? So when I'm talking about intent, I'll share a little story with you. So when I was training privately, this was probably 10 or 15 years ago, I was asking my instructor, I said, what is one of the most important things that I need to know when I'm in a street situation? You know, and I'm waiting for this really killer technique to come and for him just to amaze me with the secret hidden technique that I've never learned before. But what he tells me is he says, breathe. You need to take a breath and breathe. And it wasn't until I found myself in my own street confrontation that I knew exactly what he was talking about. Okay, especially working in law enforcement and working with really aggressive individuals. What happens is when we're in a stressful situation or we feel threatened, okay, or somebody's intent is to hurt us, we get this tunnel vision. Everything slows down. You can hear your heart beating out of your chest. You get scared. And I don't care how long people have been training. You could be Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, whatever. If you're in a street confrontation and it's really happening, all of us get that nervous reaction. Okay, we all feel that fight or flight instinct happen. We get scared. And this is where we got to make the decision on what we're going to do. If I choose to not breathe, if I choose not to have that intent, I become a victim very fast. Okay? So the first thing I need to do is a situation's happening, somebody's getting aggressive with me, I start feeling that nervousness, I start getting scared. Take a breath. Okay. And it'll be crazy, but you will realize how quickly things come into focus once you breathe. Now the next thing is my intent. Okay? I don't think, looking at me, maybe some people would say he looks like a power lifter. He looks like a wrestler, maybe a grappler. I'm a little overweight, but I kind of come off as like a husky, short Irish dude, right? I'm kind of known as like a teddy bear. I like to laugh. I like to have fun with my friends. I don't come off as kind of like this badass tap out dude guy that you'd see at the gym talking about how badass they are. Instead, what I'd rather do is surprise you to where if something is gonna happen, I can very quickly change my face and get very focused and letting you know you better stop or I'm gonna whoop your ass. And that's the difference that we need to get at when we're talking about that intent. Because even that right there, there's a big difference in me saying, I need you to stop. Okay? It's got some, you can tell by the tone of my voice that I'm somewhat serious, and then I can take it up a notch. Hey, I really need you to stop. There still seems to be like a slight bit of hesitation, maybe a little bit of fear in it, but if I'm in a confrontation, I can see that he's raising his voice, maybe he's cursing at me, he's starting to point his finger, maybe he's clenching his fist. I can tell this dude wants to whoop my ass. The difference is when I said, I told you to stop! The difference changes. Okay, you can see the difference in my tone, especially what I'm doing with my body language. When I get my hand out and I'm like, hey, I need you to stop. That lets people know that I'm serious now. I'm not playing. Okay? Take your breath, read. Bruce Lee brought up a really important point in Enter the Dragon. He's working with a pupil. It's one of my favorite scenes in his movies. And he's training a student and he's giving him some advice. And the student gets frustrated and he throws a kick with anger. And Bruce says, I asked for emotional content, not anger. It's super important that I keep a good head about me, especially if we're talking about a street situation, right? I don't want to be the dude that defends himself and then keeps going. I kicked him, he fell down, and now I'm trying to curb stomp him and I'm getting super aggressive. What that ends up is me being in handcuffs and going to prison. Okay, I need to have emotional content. I need to be able to think clearly and defend myself without it turning into so much aggression that I end up hurting someone. Okay, there's a difference. Train smart, train focused, okay? Train with intent. Intent is everything. You got to believe in your techniques, okay? Everything we're going to teach you will be effective, but it all ends with you. If you believe, I kind of believe in this technique, I think my palm heel might work, and you throw it out that way, they're going to come right through it, and you're going to get your ass whooped, okay? If you believe that hammer fist is going to smash somebody's nose and it's going to stop your attacker, your intent will be totally different. And that's what I want. I want to train confidently. I want to feel like I'm not somebody's punk, okay? I'm not going to be talked down to. I'm not going to be treated unfairly, okay? I'm going to have a voice for myself, and that needs to translate not only to what I'm saying verbally to people, but what I'm saying in my techniques. I want to have confidence in them that when it's time to use it, again, it's okay to be scared. Everybody feels fear. It's what I do with that fear, okay? It's what I do with that fear. I can acknowledge it and say, okay, I need to show courage and have that intent to do something. Okay, so you will hear me through each of the videos talk a lot about intent and believing and having confidence in my techniques. I have to believe them enough to be able to teach them, and you have to train them enough and feel that confidence and that intent that I'm saying in order for them to be effective. Thanks a lot, guys. Train smart, train hard, and train with intent.